bless anyone who has been supportive to this channel. And I believe that you will never be the same as you have started following this channel to follow our messages. God bless you. God bless everyone who took his or her time to watch us. Thank you very much. Let's get a few minutes, a few seconds, and wait for our colleagues who are here to join us. Okay. Okay, in few minutes we'll have to start.
And I don't get promise for romance and I am a model. Never start here. Who might be interested in the products or services offered by the business? Prospects can be found through various channels such as networking, referrals, cold calling, digital marketing, and social media. So by using these channels, you can identify your potentials. You can identify your customers. You make me laugh. My God. So this is what we are saying, or this is what we are talking about. In the sales process, you need to identify your customers. You need as much as possible to identify your leads.
Yes.
Those who will buy your product, those who are ready to buy your product,
yes.
Those who are in to buy your product. Yes. So, and also qualification. Once prospects are identified, once you are able to identify your customers, you need as much as possible to identify. The next step is to qualify them to determine
yes.
our services,
yes.
the authority to make purchasing decision, and financial capacity
yes.
to buy effort on those with the highest likelihood of converting into customers.
Yes.
Yes. The essentials in sales, analyzing the sales process, gathering feedback from
yes.
customers and sales team
yes.
members, and
yes.
identifying areas.
So, guys, let's quickly look at what we are talking. Obviously, we try as much as possible to check on sales process in business. But tonight we are looking at the critical steps to follow. We are looking at the critical steps to follow in sales process or in sales relationship. Tonight, this is what we are in to look at, because we being as a sales personnel, how can we move? We being as a business personnel, how can we make sure that our products are being moved or are being brought to the necessary destination? So without wasting much time, I think previously we look at the steps in sales, but right now tonight we are going to look at the critical steps. We have steps, but it's not all steps that you need to follow. You have to look at the critical side of it, or the critical steps that can lead you to your prospect, that can lead you to your destination. So with quickly, we are going to start it from. We are going to, I think in our previous session, we look at how to improve digital. Tonight, we are also in to add up some few things in it, in the way of fast-moving business in Africa. We will talk something small about the fast-moving business in Africa. And in Africa, there is a business that you need to venture. If you are a startup, a business that it will help you if you you put yourself in. That's what we will also look at. And also we will try as much as possible to look at the business sales in Bible, because yesterday we find out that as a business personnel, it's not only that you been looking at the business side only, but it's you been combining religion and business for you to move on, for it to help you move at a faster space. That's why we work on, or that's what we learned yesterday. Yes. So tonight we are going to look at this few things about critical stages to follow and make good sales. If you're a business personnel and you are ready to make good sales, there is a stages that you need to follow. So by you following the stages, this is how we are going to look at, and the stages that will help us to follow. So we'll quickly march forward. Let me quickly move to the critical stages that we need to follow as a business personnel, as a business mindset, as an entrepreneur. Because once you create, you need to sell it. And how are you going to sell it? So without wasting much time, we are quickly looking at the critical stages before we look at the other things that follow. So okay, so often greatly depending on the source and context, but generally include the following stages. So the critical stages that we need to follow is by prospecting. We need to look at the word prospecting. I think in our previous session, prospecting has been passing through. But tonight, if you are ready to make your business grow, if you are ready to grow your business, you need to take time and look at and listen to why always prospecting. We are finding out the critical steps, the stages that we need to follow in selling our product. So we are saying prospecting. This is the initial stage where salespeople identify potential customers or leads who have a need or interest in their product or services. Yes. So this is the stage that you need. Once you have the product, or once you are finished with the product, all what you need is you need to do prospecting. And the prospecting comes in which way? What product are you selling? You need to identify your product. So by identifying the product, then you ask yourself what is the benefit, what is the purpose of the product. Then you go deep to search for those who are in need of that product. That's the prospecting. This is the initial stage where salespeople identify potential customers. Yes. Or leads who have a need or interest in their product or services. And also methods of prospecting include cold calling, networking, referrals, and using digital tools like social media or lead generation platforms. So by prospecting is a way of you looking for your buyers, you looking for your customers, you looking for your sales personnel who are going to buy your product. So a method for you to get this prospect is by cold calling, networking, referrals, and using digital tools like social media. So these are the ways, or these are the method that can help you to prospect or to do a nice or a general or no, forgive me. This is the way you can use it to do a nice prospect for your business. So we are saying prospecting is a key thing in digital in digital, in sales, in critical sales. So once it's a key process, then we need to look much concern about how to generate, how we can get our customers. How are we going to get our customers? Which ways, which means are we going to use to get our customers? And qualifying. So the qualifying comes in once prospects are identified. The next step is to qualify them to ensure they fit the criteria of the ideal customer. Once the prospects are identified, the next step is to qualify them to ensure they fit the criteria of an ideal customer. Yes, so once you get your prospect, once you get those who you think that they are your customers, then you need to promote them. You need to bring them to the next level. The next level is to qualify them to ensure they fit the criteria. Make sure, ensure in a way of the person has come to buy a product. You need to put the person to a certain stage, a certain angle, and find out if he or she will come again to get the product. Is the product okay for him? Is he using the product? What are the feedbacks that the person brought? So you need to qualify them to make sure that if they fit in the criteria of an ideal. So guys, let me remind you, if you're new here, try as much as possible to subscribe to the channel and also share the link for us. We are here to learn business because we believe that we are living in a business world. Everything in this world comes about buying and selling. So how are you going to achieve a smooth goal in your buying? That's why we have dedicated these times to learn about business, to learn how to achieve a good business. Hello, yeah, Lucy Riot. Hope you're good. So guys, try as much as possible to subscribe to the channel and share the link for us. So we are saying after the qualification involve assessing their needs. Yes, their budget, authority to make decision, and timeline for purchasing. These are the things you need to look at from them. That's why you are qualifying them. That's why you are taking them to different stage. That's why you are doing something different to get them involved into your business. So you need to qualification involves assessing. You need to assess their needs, then assess their budget. The prospect that you have done, if they can be your regular customers, you need to assess their needs. Then you assess their budget, their authority to make decisions, and timeline for purchasing. These are the things you need to look at when you qualify them. And then also you need to look at preparation and research. These are the critical stages that you need to follow to make a good sales in your business. So guys, please try as much as possible to subscribe to the channel, share the link to your various platforms for them to also benefit. So we are saying that the stages in sales, in making sales, the critical stages that we need to look at to make a good sales. And one is preparation and research. Before contacting the prospect, salespeople should research the company and the individual prospect to understand their business challenges and potential pain points. You need to do a research and preparation before contacting the prospect. Salespeople, who are the salespeople, should research the company and the individual prospect to understand their business, challenges, and potential pain. Preparation also includes planning the approach and crafting a tailored pitch or presentation. So these are the things that we need to look at. These are the critical things that we need to look at. And it will help us to make a good sales in our business. So we are saying that prospecting is one of the key holder of sales, and qualifying is whereby you are qualifying your prospect to next step to find out and see that if they are ready to buy your product. And preparation and research before contacting the prospect. So your salespeople should make a good research about the company and the individual prospect to understand their business. Then approach. The approach phase involves making initial contact with the prospect. So these are the things that you need to follow to help you to make a good sales. The approach phase involves making initial contact with the prospect. This can be through a phone call, email, social media message, or face-to-face meeting. The goal is to establish rapport, introduce yourself and your company, and set the stage for further discussions. So if you do this, there's one of the stages in sales. If you want a good sales, if you are looking for good sales, then you need to do approach. So guys, try as much as possible to subscribe to the channel. Try as much as possible to share the link for us. We are talking about business. We are talking about how we can make a good sales in our business. So by making good sales in our business, we need approach, and the approach phase involves making initial contact with the prospect. This can be through a phone call, email, social media message, or face-to-face meeting. The goal is to establish rapport. The purpose of the approach is to establish rapport, introduce yourself and your company, and set the stage for further discussions. Then also presentation. Presentation is also one of the critical stage that you need to look at. In this stage, the salesperson presents their product or services to the prospect. The presentation should focus on how the product or services address the prospect specific needs and solve their problems. Demonstrations, case studies, testimonials, and other relevant materials may be used to support the presentation. Then also handling objections. This common of prospect to raise. Really sorry. How? But thank God that we are back again. So please come as possible to join us and let's continue. Thank God that we are back again. The network was doing up and down rough. But once we are back, that's what we are looking at. We are looking at the critical stages we need to look at, we need to follow, we need to pay attention to in order to make a good sales. And we have found out that it's not only prospecting that will help us to make a good sales. We also need to qualify our prospects by putting them on the next step by to ensure they fit the criteria of an ideal customer. So please, if you're new here, try as much as possible to subscribe to the channel and share the link. We are talking, or we are discussing more about how we can make a good sales. So by making a good sales, all what we need to do is to do a prospect, is to search for your customers, is to search for your your clients. And by searching for them, after that, you need to qualify them. Then you also need to do preparation and research. You need to do a research and approach. The approach is a phase. Is a phase involves making initial contact with the prospect. This can be through a phone call, email, social media message, or face-to-face meeting. These are the stages that we need to look at it carefully to make a good sales. If we want to make a good sales, then we need to do a presentation. In this stage, the salesperson present their product or services to the prospect. The presentation should focus sorry. So guys, I'm reminding you, try as much as possible to subscribe to the channel for us. There's what, so the presentation should focus on how the product or services address the prospect's specific needs and solves their problem. The presentation, you need to do a presentations on undiluted or unstoppable presentations just to get or just to acquire more prospects. Demonstration, case studies, testimonials, and other relevant materials may be used to support the presentation. You need to use extra relevant materials to support your presentation. Then also handling objections. It's common for prospects to raise objections or concern during or after the presentation. The salesperson should be prepared to address these objections effectively, providing reassurance, or additional information to alleviate concerns. So by doing the presentation, you need to attend or you need to focus on handling of objections. The objections that will come from your prospect, you need to take them with care. You need to follow, you need to give them a good result out of it. Then we look at closing. Closing is also one of the critical stage that we need to look at if we want to make a good sales. If you are new here, I kindly plead on your side to subscribe to the channel so we can always get you in touch. Once you subscribe to the channel, then you share the link for us. Then closing is a stage where a salesperson asks for the prospect commitment to purchase. This may involve negotiating terms, discussing pricing, and finalizing any details related to the sales. See, so if you want to make a good sales, you need to do a closing. Closing is the stage, the critical stage where the salesperson, and who is the salesperson? You need to identify your salesperson. Ask for the prospect commitment to purchase. Yes. So you as a salesperson, then you also ask the prospect commitment. Then this commitment will involve or will be in a way of negotiating terms, discussing pricing, and finalizing any details related to the sale. Effective closing technique include trial closes, assumptive closes, and direct closing questions. Then you also need to do a follow-up. After selling, you need to do a follow-up to your prospect. After closing the sale, the salesperson should follow up with the customer to ensure satisfaction. After closing the sale, the salesperson, you need to follow up with the customer to ensure satisfaction, answer any remaining questions, and facilitate a smooth transition to implementation or delivery. Then you need to follow up. Follow up is also crucial for building long term. So if you do follow up, it means that you are ready to build long term with your prospect. So guys, try as much as possible to subscribe to the channel and share the link. So by doing a follow up, it's also crucial for building a long term relationship and potential generating repeat business or referrals. Yes, so follow up is a key thing you need to look at in terms of making sales. Don't just sit down and say that, oh, I have sold this product, so I'm okay, I'm getting my money. No, you need to do a follow up. Either you can take the customer's info or details about the customer, then you later call the customer just to bring use any form of communication in an amicable way, just to make a good relationship with the customer. Even by doing this, it only means that you are ready to make a long-term movement with your customer. And by doing this, it will automatically change the mindset of the customer to also be with you for the rest of your journey. Then we need to do post-sale relationship management. So post-sale relationship management is also one of the critical stages in sales, in making sales. So once the sale is complete, maintaining ongoing communication and support with the customer is important. Once the sale is complete, maintaining ongoing communication and support with the customer is important. This includes providing customer service, addressing any issues that may arise, and nurturing the relationship for potential future sales opportunities. This post-sale relationship management, this includes providing customer services, addressing any issues that may arise, and nurturing the relationship for potential future sales opportunities. Each of these steps is essential for a successful sales process. So if you are ready to make a successful process, then you need to look at these stages well. The one you need to look at is prospecting, and by prospecting you need to do qualifying by ensuring they fit the criteria of an ideal customer. Then you need to do preparation and research. So you need to contact the prospect. Sales people should research the company and the individual prospect to understand their business. You need to do approach. The goal is to establish rapport, introduce yourself and your company, and set the stage for further discussion. Then you need to do presentations. You also need to do handling objections. Closing. After the closing is a major critical point you need to look at, or you need to take a focus. Effective closing techniques like trial closes, assumptive closes, and direct closing questions. So in closing, we say this may involve negotiating terms, discussing pricing, and finalizing any details related to the sale. Then also you need to do post-sale relationship management. Once the sales are complete, maintain ongoing communication and support with the customer is important. Then by following these things, it means that we are ready to make a good sales in our business. If we are able to use these stages in our business, then it means that we are ready to make a successful business. So without wasting much time, I think the network has taken part of our time, but we will try as much as possible to base or follow on time. So we are saying that beside all, how can we improve in digital market? How can we improve digital marketing business? I think it's also one of such thing that we need to look at. But no, I think this thing, I think we have looked at it before, or else it has been passing or running over in our previous sessions. And we are saying that email. Oh, sorry. So let's quickly look at fast moving business in Africa. If you are outside Africa and you want to make a business, I will urge you, or I will tell you point blank, that just focus or put your target in Africa. No matter what business you are willing to do, just put your target in Africa. You can connect me backdoor and I'll give you reasons why you need to put your target in Africa. But try as much as possible to subscribe to the channel for us and also share the link. So we are looking at businesses in Africa, moving businesses in Africa that you need to invest if you are ready, if you're an investor, or if you are ready to invest. Bring your target in Africa. Africa presents a dynamic landscape for fast moving business with numerous opportunities across various sectors. Here are some of the fast moving business in Africa. And the first one is technology and digital services. Technology and digital services. This business is moving faster in Africa. Fintech. Africa has seen significant growth in mobile money and digital payment solutions. You see, this thing is not common, it's not regular in parts of Africa. So if you are investor and you are ready to invest in technology, bring your direction in Africa. Please try as much as possible to subscribe to the channel and share the link. E-commerce with a rising middle class and increasing internet access, there is a growing demand for online shopping platforms and logistics services. Yes, and even nowadays, people are ready to stay at their comfort zone to buy. But these are the business that is not much regular in the space of Africa. So the few people who are doing this business are making it. So if you are a businessman, or if you are into this business, then try as much as possible to use the critical sales strategies or the stages to acquire larger audience or larger prospects. If you are new here, we are saying is try as much as possible to subscribe to our channel and share the link for us. Telecommunication is expansion of mobile networks and internet infrastructure presents opportunities in mobile services, data analytics, and IoT solutions. So these are the technology phase that you need to venture if you are a businessman that you are looking for a business to venture. fintech, Africa has been seeing the growth of Africa in mobile money, digital payment solution. Digital payment solution is now rising up, now enlightening in Africa. So if you're a businessman and you are ready to invest, it will help you. You will give me thanks in the future. And also agriculture and agribusiness. Agribusiness, there is potential in agricultural production, processing and export of crops such as cocoa, coffee, and cashew nut. If you don't have the time to grow these things, I tell you and I show you that these are common in Africa, but we don't have the number of buyers who are ready to buy this product. So if you are a businessman and you are ready to venture into buying of cocoa, cashew, coffee, and so on, agricultural products, you know what you will earn? Yes. Then also renewable energy. Like renewable energy like solar power with abundant sunlight across many African countries. Solar energy solutions for households, businesses, and rural communities are in a high demand. Africans are living in doomsday era. If you're not Ghanaian and you hear doomsday literally means off, light out. So Africans are into light out always. So if you are able to venture into renewable energy like solar power, you are good to go. You are good to go because we don't have these investors in Africa. The few ones who are here are in high in demand. They goes with high demand, so the purchasing power is high. So it's not everybody that can afford. But imagine you are also coming in with your target audience. Off-grid solutions providing decentralized energy solutions to areas with limited access to the national grid. Yes. If you are new here, please try as much as possible to subscribe to the channel for us. Then also let's look at healthcare and pharmaceuticals. These things are not much common in African lands. So if you're a businessman, if you're a business personnel, the advice that I can give you is to venture into these platforms. Looking at all these platforms, then you choose where your passion is. You choose where you can handle. It's not that these are the platforms that brings higher sales. So it means that you jump in. No. Try as much as possible to jump into where you find yourself comfortable. So healthcare and pharmaceutical, telemedicine, by leveraging technology to provide healthcare services remotely, addressing gaps in healthcare infrastructure. Pharmaceutical manufacturing, local production of generic drugs and vaccines to meet local demand and reduce dependence on imports. So these are the things that you need to look at. These are the business that will bring you a fast space profit. In Africa, and also education and skills development, electronic learning, e-learning, providing online education platforms and content delivery system to improve access to quality education across Africa. So what we are doing right now, we are doing e-learning, and we are doing learning purposely for us to get much idea, much knowledge about our business, and how we can handle and control and sustain the business. Please, if you are new here, try as much as possible to subscribe to the channel and share the link for us. So we are saying that skills development is also one thing that you need to focus. Training programs and vocational skills development to address youth unemployment and meet industry demands. Training programs and vocational skills development to address youth unemployment and meet industry demands. Then also we can look at tourism and hospitality. Everywhere you pass in Africa, we have beautiful environment, we have beautiful cultures, we have a solid tourism attractions. So you can venture into ecotourism. Ecotourism offering suitable tourism experience that showcase Africa's natural beauty and cultural heritage. And also you can venture into hospitality services. That's investment in hotels. You can invest in hotels just to accommodate the tourist. Resorts and accommodation facility to cater to both domestic and international tourists. So these are the platforms that you need to venture into as a businessman, and just put your target in Africa. Then real estate, developing residential, commercial and industrial properties in urban centers experiencing rapid population growth. Yes. Nowadays, let me use Ghana for example. If you have a building in the center of Accra, you know the amount of money you earn within a year, within a month, because of where the building is located or situated. So you can also venture into real estate. Then manufacturing and industrialization, light manufacturing, production of consumer goods such as textiles, footwear, and household products to meet local demand and export opportunities. Automotive industry. You can also assembly and manufacturing of vehicles and components to cater to growing domestic and regional markets. So even in Africa, if you can see the foreign automobiles, they are coming in. They are coming in to build assembly point, assembly unit for their cars. So same as you can also come in, because Africa is a green space. Africa is a green land. Africa. What word should I like? I would tell you that Africa is a virgin in terms of business. And in any business that you venture into in Africa, you are good to go. And some are manufacturing. If you venture into manufacturing industrialization, it's perfect. If you venture into infrastructure development, it's perfect. If you venture into tourism and hospitality, it's perfect. If you venture into education and skills development, it's perfect. If you venture into healthcare and pharmaceuticals, it's perfect. So guys, let me remind you, try as much as possible to subscribe to the channel for us. If you are ready and you venture into renewable energy, it's perfect. If you venture into agriculture and agribusiness in Africa, it's perfect. If you venture into technology and digital services, it's also perfect. So these are some of businesses that you need or that you can venture into in Africa. Only if you are ready to rise up, only if you are ready to make a sales in your business, a good sales in your business. We also have infrastructure development. Infrastructure development in terms of transportation, building and upgrading roads. So building and upgrading roads, you can get these equipment, these tools, these machines that are capable of building roads, railways and airports to enhance connectivity and facilitate trade and tourism. Real estate development. You can focus on real estate development. Developing residential, commercial and industrial properties in urban centers, experiencing rapid population growth. Then also manufacturing and industrialization. Manufacturing and industrialization also like light manufacturing, making production of consumer goods such as textiles, footwear and household products to meet local demand and export opportunities. Automotive industry, assembly and manufacturing of cars, vehicles, and components to cater for growing domestics. Then environmental sustainability. Environmental sustainability also goes in two ways. That's waste management and water management. So guys, let me remind you, try as much as possible to subscribe to the channel for us and share the link. Subscribe to the channel for us and share the link. So you can also look at environmental sustainability. These are the business that you need to look at. You can venture or you need to venture. Waste management, innovative solution for recycling and waste disposal to address environmental challenges and promote sustainability. Waste management, innovative. You can create innovative solutions for recycling and waste disposal to address environmental challenges and promote sustainability. Water management. Water management is also technologies. You can create technologies and services for efficient water supply, purification and conservation in urban and rural areas. You can venture into water management. So guys, let me remind you, try as much as possible to subscribe to the channel for us. Then financial services and microfinance. Financial service and microfinance is also one of a sales point or one of a target you can venture into if you want to make a good sales. Microfinance, that's providing finance. You can provide financial services to underserved populations including microloans and savings products tailored to small businesses and individuals. Insurance, developing affordable and accessible insurance products to mitigate risk for business and individuals in diverse sectors. So these are the business that you can work on, or you can look at if you want to venture into any business. We have financial service and microfinance business. It's moving severely in Accra. It's moving severely in Kumasi. It's moving severely in Africa. Financial service and microfinance, environmental sustainability, manufacturing and industrialization, infrastructure development, tourism and hospitality, education and skills development. Guys, if you're new here, please try as much as possible to subscribe to the channel for us and share the link to any platforms that you have. Healthcare and pharmaceuticals. These are business that you can venture into. Renewable energy. You can venture into solar power business or off-grid solution business. And also agriculture and agribusiness. You can venture into agribusiness by producing export crops like cocoa, cashew, coffee, and so on. And also you can venture into agro processing. These opportunities exist in value addition through processing and packaging of agricultural products for local and international markets. Then the main one, the boss in himself, is the technology and digital services. So all the business that we have mentioned or we have talked about, by adding technology and digital service attached to it, you will make the business to rise to a certain level where it will be unimaginable for you. But we have technology and digital service or business that you can do in Africa. We have seen significant growth in mobile money and digital payment solutions. We have seen increasing of smartphone penetration and the need for financial inclusion. E-commerce is also moving in Africa with a rising middle class and increasing interest access. Telecommunication is also moving, expansion of mobile network and internet infrastructure. So these are the business that you need to focus, you need to venture if you are looking for a business to do. And I urge you that you put your fingers, you put your trust by venturing into Africa. It's not only in Africa, but I can say that if you want to build a strong business, just venture in Africa. But you can do all this business in wherever you are if you are looking for a business to venture into. So guys, I think these are what we try as much as possible to discuss for the day. And besides, we have get to know the critical stages in sales, in making sales, and it has, if we are able to follow it, it will help us. It will help us and help us and help us. So let me just bring it again. The stages, the critical stages that we need to follow in order to make a good sales is by prospecting, qualifying, preparation and research, approach, presentation, handling objections, closing, follow up, post sale relationship management. And these are the things that you can follow or you need to follow. And it will lead you to a good sales making in your business. Let's look at few verses in the Bible that talks about business. Well, okay. So first, we are looking at honesty and integrity in terms of business. Proverbs 11, chapter 11, verse 1 says, "The Lord detests dishonest skills, but accurate weight find favor with him." Proverbs 16, verse 11, chapter 16, verse 11. Honest skills and balances belong to the Lord. All the weight in the bag are for his making. If you're new here, try as much as possible to subscribe to the channel for us. And last one, in honesty and integrity. This verse emphasizes the importance of honesty and integrity in all business dealings, including sales. Christians are encouraged to conduct transactions fairly without deceit or manipulation. Then let's look at something about service-oriented approach. Then we will look at relationship building. So service-oriented approach in Matthew 28, verse 28, 20, verse 28, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. This verse encourages a service-oriented mindset in business. Sellers are reminded to reserve their customers well with diligence and excellence, reflecting the example of Jesus Christ, who served others sacrificially. So that's why yesterday we tried as much as possible to learn how to connect religious and business. So in business making, all what you need to do is to try as much as possible to add religious to it. Don't use the business as an excuse. Try as much as possible to always add religious to it. So by following these steps, it will help us to achieve our target. It will help us to achieve our goal. So tonight, this morning, I come to you and say thank you very much for your time given to us. The network, we got problem with the network, but that's why even we have delayed. Our time has been passed by 8 minutes. We are pleading, we are urging you to subscribe to the channel and share the link. This platform, all what we do is always try as much as possible to bring teachings that is related into impactful life. That's why we have started from business sector or aspect, because whatever we will be talking about here, it leads to impartation. And you can't take off business with impartation. How are you going to impart the society you are living in? You can impart the society you are living in a way of making a good business. If you are making a good business, you can do impartation. So thank you once again. Good morning and please try as much as possible to subscribe to the channel. Within the hours of the day, we will bring you what we will be talking about. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for how far you have brought us. We appreciate your time. We appreciate anything that you have been doing for us. Goodbye.